everybody, we've got...
Look on the swagger! You think I'm Big Jagger? Nine!
Yes, everybody, we've got TUGGAWAR in the building.
Hey!
Listen, right, we've got to
Yeah.
do the handshake. So it's the top,
Right. Go.
top,
Top.
bottom twice, top.
Top.
Everybody,
Alright.
we've got Tuggy in the building. Are you-
I want your name, what?
Now,
Budweiser.
people don't understand, yeah? You guys just get to sit at home. And again, sorry. Let me go back. Dominic, Kellman podcast, episode 32. Josh, big up yourself as always. Love you, pal. Don't make no
You
noise,
got Josh in the building.
Big up Joshy, don't mess up the sound, yeah? And, right.
Yeah.
When guests come, I try my hardest to not basically speak. But people meet me and then we obviously naturally want to speak, but it's like, this is gold, mate. This is gold for the actual chat we're trying to have. So before I let Tuggy introduce himself again, I have been watching Tug of War since I was at school on Channel U. So everybody, give him another clap again, man. Big up. So, Tuggy.
Yes, my brother. Pleasure to be here.
How are you, bro?
I'm really, really well.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too. Yeah, we're overdue because we had to postpone a few times, but we're finally here.
We understand.
Yeah,
And again, I actually think, just randomly, you're probably one of the only guests that I had to sort of cancel because I got COVID at one point, and the other time I think you was doing like a music video at the time.
I've been mad busy. Yeah.
And that's one thing I hate. I thought, does he think I'm trying to boy him?
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I never thought that once. I know like life's ups and downs. I've been crazy busy. I know you've been busy. I mean, remember you reached out to me. I never thought that at one point. I know it's just life takes its turns and you don't know what tomorrow brings.
No, exactly. So I want to go back because you've done a few podcasts. Big up the Shed podcast. Fred.
Yeah, big up the Shed.
Dixie, Dan, big up yourselves, boys.
We got the whole crew down there. Dixie
Go
and
and
the man,
subscribe to their YouTube channel.
Definitely.
That is actually where I got the reinvention of you again. Because
well, when you saw me on their podcast.
when I saw you on their podcast,
Yeah,
because when I was at school, I'm gonna tell you my perspective.
Yeah.
And I want to go back into your mind at that point.
Right.
So a few things. Channel U was the Bible for people of both of our generation at that point, in terms of that point we didn't give a shit about the US. Like,
No, we didn't. No.
Channel U.
We didn't even want to see US videos on Channel U.
Exactly.
They used to play a few. And we was like, what's that? And we didn't want to even see them because we was like, that shit's going to be like, we didn't watch MTV. We couldn't relate to what was on there. It was just the regular same old top 10, top 20 tracks out of the US we was hearing. And the same top 20 US tracks would be on every music channel at the time. So it was boring.
Exactly. Yeah. So Channel U, very low budget videos, low budget recordings. Yeah. But they captured the essence of what the music was.
They did.
Now, when you came on our screens, this was my honest opinion at that period in my life.
Right.
That I thought, hold on. I remember I'm 30 now. I was really young back then, maybe 15, something like that. I think the first song I heard was Everything We Say Allah.
Okay.
Or Surf. Everybody do the surf.
Surf, yeah.
Now, to me, personally, I was confused because I was like, well, hold on, this is good.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because you're here.
Yeah, no, of course.
But some of my friends found it just funny.
Yeah.
But not one person didn't actually say like, you're not good.
No.
So, enough of me talking. I've been talking a lot because I wanted to make you understand. Like,
I want to hear your experience of how you got to know me as an artist. So
exactly, and now you're in my dining room. So it's a crazy world. So
definitely.
Let's get into you now. What was that whole period like for you in terms of what was you aiming for, and did that happen?
With the Channel U period.
Just that whole experience. Just talk about that.
It was crazy because, you know, my experience prior to that was obviously my career started in Jamaica.
Exactly.
After coming out of prison, and then built up such a mad name for myself in Jamaica. So done such a crazy work and done what we call the road. I hit the streets in Jamaica and made a massive name for myself. Done Sting 2 years in a row. Yep. And I almost forgot myself for a minute out there in sense of my career was going so well in Jamaica at a young age and as an early point in my career. I actually forgot that I've actually got to go back to England. And it hit me even harder when my dad got locked up. And I was forced to come back to England.
So how long was you in Jamaica at that point?
About 3 to 4 years.
Now, so you shot up in a very short space of time over there.
I shot up, yeah.
Do you think that it was a bit of both, that you're talented and your colour? Do you believe?
Listen, it doesn't matter what colour you are in music.
Of course.
It doesn't matter what colour you are, because Jamaica is one of the most honest place in the world when it comes to music. And I think I was very blessed, and I'm very blessed for my career to start over there. In that sense, for the people to embrace me. Because what I learned about Jamaica is that it's not about what you look like. It's not about your colour. It's about when you go on that stage.
What can you do?
What are you going to deliver? So it's not down to... I mean, when they see a white guy do it good, yeah, it makes a
heightened experience, yeah.
But, because to me, as I come in the business, I never want it to be no novelty.
Okay.
Because I'm white, because like that's my whole what I've worked for and what I've been MCing from like a teenager.
So when you was a teenager, sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
So for you to get to that level,
usually,
because I used to MC myself, you kind of at first you're terrible. Most people are. Most people are.
Yeah.
And you sort of gravitate your style a little bit to the ones that you love.
Yeah.
So what was like your top 5 like artists from dancehall, reggae, etc.? Who was you listening to?
My favourites.
Who were your favourites?
When I was a teenager, my favourites was Papa Levi from Saxon Sound, Papa San, Ninja Man,
big.
Supercat, big fan of Supercat, big fan of Papa San, General Trees, artist called General Trees.
I don't know General Trees. I've got to look that up.
Like Lieutenant Stitchy, Saxon Sound, even big up Navigator, Ragga Twins, Smiley Culture, R.I.P. You know,
Bounty
was of course Bounty and Beanie, of course, but that's not when I was a teen. When I was a teenager, I was listening to even veteran artists for Bounty, so to
okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So Bounty was like the new hype. When I was young, Bounty was the young hype.
Right.
Bounty was fresh and young, so I wouldn't have grown up listening to it. A teenager, obviously I grew up on Bounty Killer, and he's been a great influence to me over the years, definitely. And Beanie, but initially it was these artists, Papa San, Supercat, Papa Levi, Smiley Culture. What really grabbed me the most was the UK artists.
Okay.
And also the rap side of things as well, because I'm a big fan of hip hop.
Okay.
So you're talking to a big Biggie Smalls fan, big Wu-Tang Clan fan.
I was listening to all of that today.
Yeah, that's what I listen to hip hop. Like I grew up on hip hop so much.
Who's your favourite in Wu-Tang?
My favourite in Wu-Tang, you know what? For charisma, it would have been Method.
Yeah.
Like, for lyrics, it might have been Ghostface.
Ghostface.
Yeah.
A lot of people say Ghostface.
Yeah.
See,
for bars, like for lyrics, just straight MCing bars, I'd go for Ghostface. But for the overall artist, charismatic and Method Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine was ODB.
Oh, you know what? Bloody hell, how can I forget ODB? Like, so many great artists in that crew.
So many great artists. And they all represent.
Because ODB was one of my biggest favourites as well. He's one of my big influences. Even if you hear his style, like he wasn't the most lyrical. He's probably the less lyrical one in the whole crew.
Yeah.
But when he said something, you felt it. And he said it with such passion.
That
and
people don't usually do on the mic like that.
And you know what? That's an art form in itself.
That's what, like, for me personally, no one will ever imitate that again. I feel people could imitate Ghostface, they could imitate Method.
Yeah.
For example,
you can't imitate all these.
I'm going to make this comparison. You might like it, you might not. A bit like how Young Thug is now to the kids. His pitches, his voices, his different vocal melodies
He's
and
got
rap.
some great range, Young Thug. He's a really good artist, Young Thug.
He's a very good artist. Very good artist.
Very good
so
artist,
you could compare back then,
Yeah.
ODB, a lot of people probably weren't the biggest fan of maybe how he delivered his music back at that point. Because I feel like he was so ahead of his time.
He was ahead of his time. I mean, I believe we was fans of him because like he was still, because you know what, he had that loud personality as well. And he was very unruly.
Very unruly.
So like we loved that about him. So he stood out in Wu-Tang. And like just the voice.
The voice, definitely.
Like just the way he would come in on a verse. Here I go. Here I go.
Yeah.
Like he'll do some shit. Make you say, what the fuck did he just do there?
Yeah.
Like he really grabbed you, and you'd hear like 10 of them on the track. But when he come in, it was like,
yeah, it was just
like,
crazy.
He grabbed it. So I like that energy, which is what like a lot of my music is hard hitting like that.
Yes.
That's what some of my influence comes from that as well. So hip hop is a big influence in TUGGAWAR as well.
Amazing.
Where all of these, I'd say more East Coast rap, like New York rap.
Okay, did you see the Locks and Dipset?
I loved it. I watched it to the end. I watched it to the end.
Did you think Locks was gonna?
I said from the beginning. Yeah, no, it was a clear. Look, to me,
Mate, they
listen,
absolutely killed them.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. You see, I was really happy to see that because you see what? I'm a fan of Dipset music, but you see when it comes to real, like, you know, real MCing and shit, it
Yonkers, bars.
It ain't about big chains. It's not about your pink hats and you looking nice. And I didn't like Dipset set, you know why? I don't like gimmicks.
Oh, so did you not like them at the time?
What?
Dipset.
What? When they
were there.
I always liked their music. I wasn't the biggest fan. I'm more of a G Unit fan.
Okay.
So I'm a G Unit fan.
Lippy was saying that online today.
Yeah, I'm more of a G Unit fan, but I always kind of fucked with Dipset's music. Yeah, because it was similar to G Units at the time. It was that vibe. It was that New York, and there was a crew. So it was like I mess with all of them crews there. Locks, Dipset. You know what I'm saying? All of them crews there. I like all of their music. It's great, but like what it is with Dipset now, Cameron is he's not a performer artist. I'm a fan of a performing artist, like Joel Santana.
Joel's is so...
No, listen.
I love Joel's,
No,
man.
but you know what?
He got killed.
I'm not a fan of Joel's, no.
Oh, do you not like Joel?
No.
What, from today?
Me. You lose me.
Do you not like it now?
No, I don't. I'll tell you when the artist loses me.
Tell me.
I am a fan of the artist until I see what happened yesterday.
Oh.
When you can't perform, if you can't perform your song, like I'm hearing it, because like, I know I'm a big fan of Joel Santana. I love his music. I think he's a great lyricist. But when I saw him perform yesterday,
it was terrible.
I'm looking at him like,
no, do you know what?
You know what makes me more upset about it?
It was so...
Do you know what makes me more upset about it?
Yeah.
They've made good money from their music.
Crazy money.
Crazy money. Hence the chains.
Hence how they're still able to go now.
Right. But listen, how dare you take that skill for granted and you can't even perform it? That's why I rate Jadakiss as a real MC.
Jadakiss was going
MC. All of the Locks. You ain't fucking with them. Because that, you see what they represent? Listen to me, in music, is what I represent. That's how I would be on stage. I'm an animal.
You're an animal.
I'm an animal, and I don't represent. And I don't like singing over the songs on the. I want to hear the artist on the instrumental. I want to hear you sound like you sounded on a record.
Yeah.
And if you don't sound like that, that's why I say I'm not saying I don't like your songs no more, but I'm not as a fan like that no more. Because like to me, listen to me. First and foremost, I'm an artist, right?
Of course.
But I'm a fan of music. Number one, hence the reason why I love music so much. So I'm a fan of music and I'm a fan of artists. I love artists. Not only am I an artist, I love artists. So,
I love artists as well.
So there's things about artists what I love. So I will like their music, and then I want to see the whole package. Me personally,
of course.
So I want to see that. I want to see that you can perform this song as good as I heard it, and you grab me with like that. When I heard the record, you grab me like that on the stage.
Yeah.
If you don't, then I'm still a fan of the song. Yeah, but you as an artist,
it changes.
It changes because I come from the school of you got to be able to do that, or your ratings drop.
No,
So
absolutely, absolutely.
So Dipset's ratings for me just dropped
No,
immensely.
I'm not joking.
Yeah.
That has done them so much damage.
Oh yeah. You see, like one thing.
To their whole legacy.
Thank you. That's what I said. Legacy. This tune sounded so much better before yesterday.
Oh yeah, I'm not even joking to you, yeah? I'm not even joking.
Because I said it to someone already.
They got absolutely...
I said, look, there's no way Dipset's gonna smoke. But you know what, like musically, people say Dipset stuff's wavier and they got bigger club tracks and that. No, that ain't what it's about.
But that, I'm not, this is what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought...
Because you know what?
I love them both.
Because you know, if you go in a party, yeah? I ain't gonna lie. If you go in a party, you might hear more Dipset than Locks.
Facts.
That's not, and I ain't being biased there. Because, and the reason why I'm talking about party songs that continuously play over the year, anthems, club party songs, you might hear, I think you hear more Dipset than Locks.
Okay.
You get me? Because they got songs like that playing parties all the time. I'm not saying Locks ain't, but Dipset. So that for that way, I thought Dipset might take it when it comes down to that kind of.
That is literally why I thought.
But yesterday reminded me it's not about that.
No, which is a good thing.
Absolutely.
Because I honestly, even the crowd presence, just did not receive Dipset at all.
No.
I was honestly gobsmacked watching that.
I'll tell you why. Let me tell you what happened.
Jada was doing a madness on there.
If you watch the whole thing, before they started performing, they had the DJ playing.
Yeah.
Now the DJ, not the last two DJs, but it was one particular DJ, I forgot his name. He was doing a really good set. He was done a wicked set. One DJ done a bad boy set up there. And you enjoyed his set more than Dipset's set.
I'm 100%.
Because you know what, bro? Let me tell you something. The most disappointing, you see all of them in there, they're in where? Madison Square Garden. This is an event. COVID's been on for how long? People ain't been to see artists perform. Now you're actually there. So this is more, because this is the first versus that's been crowd.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
That is...
It's the first verses that ain't behind closed doors. Because all the other verses have semi-been behind closed doors.
Do you know what? I did not think of that. I was watching this going, this is
You want to know something? That was the first proper verses.
That was mad. Imagine Bouncy
you know
Killer and Beanie Man was in front of people.
That would have been crazy. But you know what? Do you know what I loved about Killer and Bounty? They done the same thing behind closed doors.
Bro, they were
What I love
wicked.
about it, you see with Beanie and Bounty, they don't see what is with them two eyes because they're real eyes.
Real eyes.
Let me tell you something. So you see with real eyes, like myself, and people like that, 10 people, 10,000 people, it's the same performance.
Of course, 200,000 to
matter.
zero.
But you see, when I lose a fight, you see when you walk in with your swagger,
and
you're trying to make your drip talk for you more than your lyrics, you lose me.
But that is what is now.
And I saw a motherfucker go, I see Jim Jones go in the crowd for the jewelry to put the chain around his neck. And then Jada Kiss said, you gotta give that, don't give it back after, because you gotta give that. That's just corny shit. That's
Jada Kiss took
and you know what?
Joel's hat bandana off and threw it on the floor.
Yeah, I saw it.
Mate.
He made him look worthless, man, because listen, like what I said, Jules Van Santana is a brilliant spitter. He's probably one of the best spitters in Dipset. Well, he was at one point.
Absolutely.
I think Jimmy's going harder now.
Jim's going hard.
Jimmy's going harder.
He's making... But this is what's crazy.
Cam is lazy.
With Dipset...
Cam, see what is with them? They think they're too cool.
No, but with
See
Dipset...
when you think they're too cool, yeah? It don't work for me, brother. Because I see the man that bring a beach chair on the thing for lie down in that. They don't make it. People want to see performance. That's why Jada Kiss stand up there saying that you're dealing with me, I'm killing a pussy clock. Jada Kiss deal with them like a dancehall act.
Yeah, no, fully.
I didn't know Jada Kiss. Or be anything. He tell them like, hey, what's all this now? Him no business worried him a play. And him no why he no vocals, I spit him, I spit for them. Mate. He murdered, he made them look silly.
Did you honestly think Jada Kiss was going to do that? Honestly?
Yeah, I was fully...
I didn't know Jada Kiss performs like that.
Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
I swear.
I respect Jada. Listen to me. I think, you know what I was happy about yesterday? Because I'm a big Jada Kiss fan.
Same, big.
And I think that was lovely for Jada to get that moment. He deserved that. He
did.
Because you know what? We always call him top 5 and all of that.
Yeah, he's most likely in most people's top 10.
We always say that. He's in people's top 10. But I don't think he gets his flowers like he deserves it.
Like yesterday...
He showed you why.
Do you know who else is underrated for me, though? Fabulous, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I think, because with Fab, like, he has stayed consistent for 20 years, man.
Yeah, yes.
Do you know what? And like...
No, Fab's amazing.
And it just made me think yesterday...
Fab's an amazing
artist.
And you know, I think he's...
That is hip-hop.
And you know what? I think he's just got better and better as well.
100%.
Because, you know, when he first come out, he sounded like Mace.
He was, again, a little bit gimmicky for someone who is a lyrical artist.
I always liked Fab, though. I always liked Fab stuff.
But do you know what it did? It told me hip-hop is back. Because let me ask you this.
No, you know what it is? Yeah. It's not hip-hop. I wouldn't say hip-hop is back.
Go on.
It's the time of the legends. People are appreciating legends.
I didn't even realise that it is.
It's not that hip-hop is back because you still got them same idiot people like 6ix9ine, I run around, I fuck up the thing. But it's the time where you're actually appreciating legends, even like myself and people who've been in this game for decades.
Of course.
We're appreciating legends in the game now. Because you know what? Because it's got to the point where the new generation, if you let them run with it, spoil it.
No, but they are though. Do you like Lil Nas X?
But I don't want to talk about
that. No, for it, we are dealing with. Hey.
Fuck you, go on.
No, fuck you, go on. I ain't getting cancelled today, yeah?
Yeah, like, it's too much crazy shit.
There's fuckery going on. Listen, I'm going to say my point is that do what you want. We don't care about what you are and what you do and whatever. Honestly. But you can't compare what Lil Nas X is doing to Cardi B every time. Because I feel like the LGBT community will compare it to Cardi B doing what with Megan Thee Stallion. But it's all messy. That's all I think. And I just don't like being forced to think a certain way. Because I feel like in real life, most people are very different in face-to-face action than on the internet.
Yeah.
Because you must have... do you have problems ever with random people on the internet? Ever, really?
Not really.
Because you put a lot of positivity on your posts, man. Like, do you appreciate what you're doing out there? With your posts,
absolutely.
In your community with the posts.
I really appreciate it. Like,
please explain just that journey of what you're doing, because you are putting yourself out there so much and making people feel so happy every day.
That's a blessing, man.
That's crazy.
I feel like.
Cheers to that.
I think about it. Cheers. I think about that all the time, and I'm like, if I put a smile on someone's face. I see people actually say, "Oh, you made my day," and I put a smile on their face. And you know what? We've been going through a crazy last 18, 24 months, whatever it is, last year and a half, 2 years. Nearly.
Crazy, man.
Crazy something. And you know what? Like, and I think it's like during the early part of the lockdown where I've started kind of. I'm always doing it over the years anyway. If you know me well, like I'm active on the social media and always make joke and do crazy shit on social media. People always know.
It's great though.
But it's like,
it's great.
With this, it's been a different times in these times, and I think like it's all about uplifting. No one wants to see anything negative. Like it's like
some people do.
What?
Some people feed off it.
I feel sorry for that kind of person, man.
So do I.
Because you know what? You're only damaging yourself because you feed yourself negative thing, you just become that negative. And you know what? It's pressure. It's like it can cause blood pressure. It's not good for your health. Like it's not good for anybody. It's not good for your mental health as well. One thing that's been affected, like a lot of people's mental health have been affected over in this last 2 years.
Big time. Mine definitely was.
I don't think there's not a person on this world who wasn't. Because
absolutely.
all of this shit hitting human beings. We're only human, and we will take shit differently.
Absolutely.
So like me as an entertainer and someone out there, it's like it's my job to. I'm that person. Knowing the Titanic sinking, I'm still singing.
I respect that.
That's me.
Okay.
You know what I mean, like I'm there. Like for me, the world could be blowing up. No, fuck that. come on everybody, enjoy this.
But how do you keep that energy? How? Because I feel like this has been a replica of even what you put in your music.
Yeah.
From Quay back.
Yeah.
So what keeps you going like this?
I'm so thankful to do it, bro. I'm so thankful to do it, and I never take it for granted because I've come a crazy journey.
Of course.
And you know, like, and I'm really thankful to let's up Mama War. Like, I'm really thankful.
Mama War, let's give it Mama War! Mama War!
I got my mum very close to me, like my best friend.
Of course, same with my mum. Best friend.
It's lovely. It's the loveliest relationship you can have. You know, like I lost my father, like, just about 10 years ago now.
Oh,
you know
God bless
so
him.
like,
God bless you.
And he was like my best friend as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is a family business.
Of course.
It always has been. Like, TUGGAWAR is family orientated person as well.
Of course,
it's a family business. So this is more than just getting it right for myself. Feel me? And I can, and no one's perfect.
Of course.
No one's perfect in this world. So, like, we can all go off a track from time to time and whatever, you know what I mean? But, like, my main goal, like, if you even know, like, I was in Jamaica doing this music thing with my dad supporting me, with my dad putting his life on the line to support me.
Of course.
You understand what I'm saying? So nothing's changed for me over the years. The work rate hasn't changed. The appreciation of being able to do it. And now the progress, I'm so grateful for the progress. I worked hard for it for many, many years.
And so let's go back into like the creation of like you putting this stuff out there.
Yeah.
Like, who did you know from the Channel U network and stuff to get put on there? Did you think, did you even know you was gonna get on there?
Well, I come back from Jamaica and, like what I said, built such a crazy name for
and you
myself.
must have been flying.
It was depressing to come back because I was a superstar in Jamaica. Like, had the streets and the frenzy, everyone knows me. I had to come back to cold old England.
No one knows
where
me.
The Jamaican community know me, but that's a minority over here. So I had to, I'm walking, no one don't know me as an artist no more. I'm no one over here again. So I had to build up my thing from scratch when I came back in 2004, 2005.
And how did you notice that? Was when you were in Jamaica, were you just everywhere? Radio, dance, everything?
I was crazy. I'm waking up looking at myself on the telly.
Right.
Like, I can't go in a petrol station, they don't recognize me driving down the road. The police, man, there's no one in the island that didn't know me. Like, I'm getting pulled over, but then the police will say, all right, TUGGAWAR, like, my face is bait over there.
And did you just like explain what? Because I've had a lot of different people that have experienced fame and stuff on this podcast.
Yeah.
Did it do a positive, a negative for you? Did you lose your head? Like, what was that like?
No, I never lost my head. I enjoyed, at the age I was enjoying it. Obviously, you know what I mean. But
of course,
I never lost my head because I come out of some really tough situations, so I couldn't afford to lose my head.
Of course.
You know, I might have done some wild shit, but I couldn't afford to lose my head. And my one thing with me over the years, my eyes never come off of the goal. Okay. And I'm focused on the goal. I'm very focused on my career. No matter what's going on, my main focus is always my career. Okay. And I don't. And if something's gonna jeopardize that, I move away from it. So like, I never lose my head like that. Money is something to not make me lose my head. I've done silly mistakes and stuff like that, but you know what I mean? Not lose my head, so. Because it's not about the fame to me, like.
But now meeting you, I feel that.
Yeah.
You really can feel when some people just want it. Yeah. Or they're not necessarily as authentic and genuine as a person. Right. And even just the way we've communicated, I message you and you're like, yeah, brother, even when I had coronavirus, someone that picks up the phone and speaks to me that I don't necessarily know, already goes so up in my estimation. You know, you're like, mate, I hope you're okay, man. Keep your head up. Yeah, like, to me, that is, that's like, that hits you because you're like, how many different people I come in contact with in this that aren't like that, but pretend on the internet they're like, of course, oh, you know, I care about everyone's mental health. oh,
Yeah.
I love Jeremy Corbyn. Oh, I love the LGBT community. And then in real life, they're a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I understand exactly.
Now, like, the energy that like you permit, do you feel that there's been something missing in the music to get you maybe back to where you was when you was with Sting and so on and so forth?
In the sense of?
Just in your own sense. So, for example, maybe the views you get on your music, or cosigns, or like it depends on what your definition of wanting to get to a certain level is.
To me, it's like all in God's plan.
Okay.
You know, I'm very cool and calm and happy with every progress what happens, and anything happens is meant to happen, and God will make it happen. You know what I mean? I've got some great things going on. I've managed. I'm so grateful for the buzz I've got going on right now, because I think I've got a bigger buzz now than I ever had, to be honest with you.
And a bit more maybe positive.
Absolutely.
Like people are fucking
and you know
with
what?
it.
Yes, they're fucking with it, and I think they're fucking with it on the fact that they're getting to understand me more. Because before you might have just looked at they might not. When you're looking at someone from the outside, you don't understand what that is. But I think over the years they understand. See, the best way to understand artists when you understand the person, and then I've known people that didn't really understand my story.
Of
but
course,
after
yeah.
understanding me and my story, then they really appreciate my music.
Absolutely.
But before that, didn't appreciate the music.
Okay.
So you see, I think that's happened now over the years. It's got to a point where people are getting to realize what I stand for, what I'm about.
Absolutely.
Even when you're hearing music's an art form to me, you understand what I'm saying? So it's like I stand for positiveness. So like when they're seeing the positive energy, and that's what I'm about.
Of course.
No matter what type of song you hear, this is entertainment. You understand what I'm saying?
So right now, like I noticed definitely a rise in your following.
Good coffee.
Mate, I did all right, didn't I?
You did great.
I know I'm drinking beers, but you know, like
Sorry, you know,
I'm seeing this guy's trimmed to death. Yeah, and obviously I'll put on a bit of pounds, you know what I mean? Like, but it's cool. It's cool because even the other day he was like, "Sorry, mate, just jogging."
Yeah.
Oh, look at this, brother. I was like, all right, sweet. So obviously, like me, I keep in deep connections with the media and what's going on and music, and I just pay attention. It's a lot to pay attention, but I just I enjoy it.
It's kind of your job now, isn't it? But you enjoy it as well, like you said.
But I'm a plumber. I do nearly 60 hours a week. Do you know what I mean?
You do plumbing as well?
Yeah, I'm a plumber. You see the van outside. So
okay.
So I work as well.
Well,
so it's
credit to you. You're a grafter, man.
Thank you, man.
I love that.
I appreciate that so much.
Respect.
It's not easy trying to do it all.
No. See, I love that. I made me appreciate your grind even more, man. Because like,
thank you, man.
Honestly, I really, really respect that, because it takes a lot to juggle things, to fit in stuff, and to do what you want to do. And everyone's got the same 24 hours in the day.
That's facts.
You know, we've all got the same 24 hours in the day, so it's how we choose to use it.
Definitely. Because when I started seeing like other people sharing your videos, I was like, right. So and people aren't. I can feel it weirdly. I can even sense energy on the internet.
Yeah.
In terms of when people aren't laughing at you anymore. But what annoyed me back in the day is I was just confused, because I was like, no, this guy's actually good. He's making good music.
Respect.
But
always have, right?
No, you've always made good music.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what I find hard nowadays, is that sometimes people's personalities, that's what everyone wants now. They want every part of your personality, and that's what makes you bust. But then, you know, your one love is the music. It's like the DJing. I was doing a lot of big DJing at one point, but I think a lot more people are fucking with this, and then that's quite hard to juggle in your mind. Do you ever find that a bit hard to deal with, like sort of like the music and sort of people wanting you to be funny? Do you get me?
You know what it is with me? You just get like I'll give them me. This is me in real life. See, I have my serious moments, but I can be serious.
Yeah.
And and I have my moments where I can be real funny and do some wild ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And be crazy, and I do crazy shit, and that's just my personality.
Of course,
Growing up, anyone that knows me from a child, like, put all the music aside, this is my character.
Of course, of course.
This is my character. This is really my character. Like, even everything you hear it, like, it's crazy enough as you say, like, the nyang.
I messaged you, didn't I?
Like, it's me, like, it's how I be, like, if anyone that knows me, I'm like that over the years. So I don't hide who I am. You know, I'm a guy, I like to have fun. So I don't take myself too serious. So I'm serious when I'm ready, but I don't take shit too serious.
Yeah, of course, of course. So I mean, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you posted the other day, you was on Shaun Attwood.
Yeah.
We spoke about some things earlier,
Yeah.
so we'll only go into just your experience.
Yeah.
And obviously, when is that coming out? Because this will be coming
Should be
out...
a few weeks.
Okay, so in a few weeks, yeah?
Yeah.
So I won't go into the actual details of the content, but...
What of the podcast? You see when it comes out, man. It was
of course.
A brilliant podcast.
But like,
really good.
what was that whole experience like? How did that happen? Because that's a very, very big thing.
Yeah, respect, man. Big up Christian, KRN TV.
Mm-hmm.
So KRN TV, I hooked up with him earlier in the year and we done a podcast together. He's got a great YouTube channel. Follow up KRN TV, check it out. So he's got like a true crime channel. And he approached me and we connected and we done a whole couple podcasts. We're like 3 series podcasts on all about my time in Spanish Town.
Okay.
And my whole journey as well. And then he's good friends with Shaun, and he hooked me up with Shaun and said, would I like to do this podcast with Shaun Attwood? And we said, yeah, I said, brilliant. He's got an amazing platform. I was really grateful to go up there and do it. And I went up there. He gave me a signed copy of his book as well. Really lovely guy, man. I really enjoyed the podcast.
Okay.
Really
because obviously there's a lot of things coming out in the media about him, but we won't go into all of that.
I said to you before I come in, I haven't been keeping up with, I don't keep up with the gossip and the internet media. I'm so busy with my own thing, you know, so I didn't even know about it.
But that's what's crazy about these platforms.
But I think that's what the internet does, isn't it? The internet does this about, I think, especially when, it happens all the time. I think it's all about clicks nowadays. So people tend to do anything they want to do just to get clicks sometimes as well. So
which is annoying.
Yeah, but it's the world we live in, isn't it? Just like what you said with, sorry to digress and go back, you was talking about my music. And you were saying, I've always made great music. And I think you was kind of going to say kind of say, why wasn't I appreciated for this great music back then, sort of thing. It should have gone further than maybe it did.
That's
right.
It.
Okay, so but this is everyone's path is different.
Yes.
You know, because that actually did frustrate me at one point.
Yeah, it absolutely would have. And and now meeting you, I know it would have.
Yeah.
Because you're a genuine brother and we're going to talk a bit more about what the scene and the music at the minute.
Yeah.
But I can tell how deep. But people don't understand. Making songs ain't easy. They might be to you.
Yeah.
To be fair, how quick do you knock out songs nowadays?
Really quick, man. Really quick. I'll knock out a song in like 20 minutes.
So you preferring the drill sound? Because a lot more of your newest sound is a bit more on that level.
You know what? I'm not particular on sound. I'm more been recording hip hop, like that kind of sound.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Whether it's like, because even drill to me is like modern hip hop.
Yes, it is, yeah.
In a sense.
Me personally, I would say more modern grime.
Whatever you want to call it, whether all of these genres
come from hip hop.
Reggae, dancehall,
clash.
They originated from them. They all come from what we grew up on, like even down to because the originator for grime would be jungle music, right?
Yeah, of course.
So that's where I started.
Oh, so you started in jungle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started as an MC in jungle.
Right.
So when I hear the drill sounds, it's like jungle. It's a new version of jungle to me.
And your videos as well, they look expensive, mate.
Respect.
They
got Frostbite Films. Follow him up on Instagram. Check him out, man.
Yeah, go to his details. Man. Like them videos are looking great. So are you? Because I feel like people are really gravitating towards your personality. Do you think that you will be more? Do you think you'll ever start doing say for example more vlogging and more intricate things about your life? Because I feel like your videos are very entertaining, high energy, very high energy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you might start maybe giving more about your actual life and
Yeah,
like
definitely.
about how you feel about things a bit more, do you think?
Well, I do that on my podcast. We do a podcast every week. TUGGAWAR podcast, Narcos Coffee. We got Frostbite Films. Let's like.
You'll be in there. You're in that room for hours with them.
Yeah, but we do
I really like them.
Yeah, respect, man. Like we talk
They're
about.
authentic.
You know what it is with that? Like it's like we just do natural. I don't even make a plan. We just turn the camera on and whatever fucking. Because we usually before I start doing the project, we just all sit down and talk.
And do you have all mics
anyway.
in there?
No.
Yeah, but the sound, weirdly, the sound's good.
I've got it's in actual.
Oh, is it a sound?
It's soundproof studio.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you have
so
your own
good.
studio?
It's in actually my apartment. So I've got like a 1-bedroom apartment. What
Nice.
I made one of the rooms into a studio.
No, perfect. So that you don't have to pay £30 an hour.
Yeah. No, I've always had my own studio. So my studio's travelled around different premises over the years.
So do you make music every day?
More or less, yeah. It's my life, yeah, definitely. Every day, whether it's like, I engineer as well. So I engineer my own stuff and along with other engineers. And there's always something wherever creating, mixing, writing. I do a lot of dub plates, adverts, jingles.
Wicked, yeah.
Features. The studio work is a list of it. It's non-stop. So the studio work's demanding.
So if I was to ask you, do you remember, when that video that you posted the other day of you doing the Clash on stage in Jamaica, do you remember that?
What, the Clash? Yeah, of course.
Do you remember all those bars?
Yeah, I know, I remember everything. It's my job to remember everything.
So how do you keep your memory so...
People ask me that, I don't know.
It's crazy, it's mad.
My father had this motto, it was drilled into my head where he said, the memory's the most important thing. And I would nearly get a beating if I didn't remember shit. So I kind of got drilled into me from young, like, you see if you don't remember shit, you're useless. So that's the kind of vibe I got growing up with.
Right, okay.
So, and when it comes to music, I've got a very photographic memory. Like, I remember some songs I've done like years and years. I remember every single word. Like, and I do constantly listen. I've got such a massive catalogue of songs. So I've got so many songs.
Okay.
So I listen to myself a lot to keep on my toes as well.
I understand.
Because I don't know when I might have to perform that song. Like yesterday, you see Jadakiss had to go out and perform XYZ. I don't know when I'm going to go and perform an old school song that I did 15 years ago.
Okay.
And I need to know that motherfucker.
Yeah, of course.
Right, so this is my job. If I don't, otherwise I'm not doing my job. If I don't know my bars, I'm not being the artist I should be.
All right, so what we'll do, we'll take a quick break.
Yeah.
We'll go into part 2.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go deep into like some deep discussion about like the scene and everything like that. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I'm
Nyang?
ready for it. Nyang! In the building. Look good now.
Everybody, it's part 2.
Nyang! In the building. Look good now.
You understand?
Bomba clock, innit?
So, right, we're going back into
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing this song.
Okay.
And I just know that you know it as well.
I hope so.
So I'm gonna start off like this way.
Alright.
Yo, listen. I'm gonna do a little bit and see if you know. Press trigger with a press people one.
No, but
test spirit up. Wait, pull up. Hey, pull up. So we'll do it again.
Oh, but might drop out for that one.
Oh, did it?
I want that big song you talk about.
Yeah.
Big up Matt Cabra.
Yeah, so we go again.
Alright.
Yo. Press trigger with a press people one.
No, but that's
Take your face with some. Drop to 22 and have a song. Hey, So listen, I wanted to go into like the scene.
Yeah.
Because even outside, that's why sometimes podcasts are so intricate, because we were just having an amazing chat out there, me, Tuggy and Josh.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to sort of go into, like honestly, like what do you like the scene right now compared to maybe 10 years ago?
It's changed so much, man. It's changed so much.
It has.
It's changed
So much.
But I like it. Yeah, I do like it because I think I cannot sit here and say I don't like it. No, I'm not going to do that. Look, everything's changed. life has changed. 10 years ago is 10 years ago.
Very
Now
true.
is now. So look, it's growth. When we was young, people who was 10, 20 years older than us didn't understand what we was doing.
For real.
You know
Definitely.
what I mean? So I ain't going to be here and sit down and say, oh, the scene's rubbish now and be this bitter. But no, it's what it is, man. It is what it is. Look on, like, social media has changed it so much. It's different. I'm very grateful to come up in the era I came up.
Definitely.
You know, I'm very grateful.
There's a little bit more no holds barred.
Absolutely.
You couldn't. What scares me
Yeah.
now is, again, what we were chatting about outside is like the control aspect of everything right now.
Right.
Is the amount of censorship that I'm noticing
In sense of? On like...
on anything, especially on these platforms, that you've got certain individuals,
Right.
excuse me, controlling these platforms
Right.
to say, you can't say this, you can't say that, or I'm just gonna just take away
Like
your
what
whole-
platform? Give me an example.
YouTube, for example. YouTube.
Okay, you could what?
You know, they have the power to be able to just say, no, don't like his verbiage, I'm going to just take away your whole channel. So, for example, Shaun Attwood, his whole channel went. Nearly a million subscribers, nearly.
Yeah.
700,000 subscribers gone. Because maybe there's certain censorships and certain words and stuff like that are being used. Because you're on YouTube, so you understand how that works.
Absolutely.
Right? So, yeah, what do you think about it?
Well, it's like what happened to Wiley as well, isn't it?
Now, I still believe that, obviously, do not condone what he did that day.
No.
That day was... I was just watching it in real time, just watching what he was saying. But I have loved Wiley my whole life, watching what he's done. He's done a lot.
Legend.
He is legend, absolute legend. And he has done a lot more great things than to be tarnished for that one day.
I agree.
In my opinion.
Definitely.
But I find it scary that someone can just do that. Take you away. Because he's gone. Remember, he's not gone. He's still about.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. You've built your whole life on that app to be able to feed your family and stuff like that. To be just taken away, gone. I feel like that is what's going on, and I feel the music industry is going into the same ballpark.
Yeah.
With what's happening with the baby and so on and so forth.
I heard about it the other day. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of censorship going on. There's a lot.
But I just think like it shouldn't really be that way. So for example, your music,
Yeah.
You don't censor your music. You don't have to any more than say if you was trying to get it on radio.
Yeah. Well, I do radio edits.
Oh, so you still do radio edits?
Of course, we have to.
Okay, so you do that with every song, do you?
Yeah.
Right, I never knew that.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Every song I've got a clean version.
Right. Okay.
Even the most dirty song you could imagine from me, I've got a clean version of it.
Right. Okay. I never knew that.
Even if I've had to sing it over.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a song called "Come Fuck Me" and I had to sing it over and call it "Come Love Me."
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I've always got a radio version. We need daytime radio. That's just standard procedure.
Okay. Yeah. But does that not annoy you? Like,
I don't listen to radio edits, but it's part of the business. Before called Watershed, before 9 o'clock.
yeah. Do you remember that, the Watershed?
It's still-
Does that don't exist anymore?
Of course
Really,
it does.
But like,
But what it is, like,
it does.
What
but
makes it less effective now is
effective?
that it's not as effective because kids can just go onto any platform and listen to anything any time of the day anyway.
Right.
How does YouTube control? I mean, you just got to put in a fake date of birth to say you're over 18.
Yeah. Exactly. I've been doing that since I was 12.
Right.
Or something.
Right. So why are they going to go and listen to radio edits on the radio when they can just go on YouTube or Spotify and listen to the real deal?
I understand.
But it's a formality. And I understand it because you got like workplaces and places where kids are at and they don't want to play raw songs in the day, and that's understandable. Just like you wouldn't have raw stuff raw on TV. Certain shows are showed after 9 o'clock.
Absolutely.
So it's the Watershed. It's the same thing. That's always been like that, isn't it?
So what is would you say, top 5
Yeah.
artists in the UK of all time?
top 5 artists in the UK of all time.
In your opinion.
In my opinion, top 5. Right, number 1 is TUGGAWAR.
Bruh, Les.
Straight
up and down. Go on.
All right. My top 5 artists in the UK would be. Right, that's a really good question. Of all time.
All time. Or you could do now if you want.
UK.
UK.
Well, all time, from all time.
Yeah, just do the ones that come to your head.
Okay. Straight away come to my head. I'll say I'm putting Smiley Culture down there straight away.
Okay, that's one.
Smiley Culture. Papa Levi. Maxi Freeze. Slick Rick.
So that's 4. You got one last one.
UK. And Adele.
Adele's hard though.
Adele's hard.
Adele is hard, man.
I've got. You know why I said Adele? Because I don't want to leave some other. Like I'm a music lover.
Yeah, of course. So you feel like you're leaving out some.
I want to leave out this shit. And you know that's just off the top of my head, and I picked like inspirations of me, of my inspirations that inspired me over the years.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying when I said them names? You asked me that earlier in the podcast who I grew up listening to. So there's some of the names who I grew up listening to.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So and they're UK legends to me.
Oh yeah.
I respect them. So to me, like, they're, if I was to have a proper think about the list, I might rearrange it. But them lot will definitely be in the top 10.
So clashing, like you more than anyone can say like what that's like, the energy behind it, the confidence, the memory.
Yeah.
Big thing.
And
just in terms of like how it's given out nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? I don't know if you're following it, but what do you think of this like Dave and Stormzy sort of rivalry and the music? What do you sort of think of it?
I haven't followed it that much. What, Dave and Stormzy have got rivalry?
Sorry, my mistake. Chip.
Oh,
and
Chip
Stormzy.
and Stormzy. Okay.
That was my mistake. Sorry.
Yeah, it got a bit boring to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a bit more exciting when it first happened.
Yeah, but now I can't even remember fully how.
Yeah, so like
they made the song Ways, right?
Yeah. Oh, is
But
that
I
the
think-
new one? Is that the new one?
No, that was with Chipmunk, Young Ads, and Skepta.
Right.
But then Chip said a lyric in there where Stormzy thought it was him,
Okay.
and that's how it began. And then
Right.
Stormzy's gone to his house
Yeah. I heard about that.
and gone from there.
Yeah.
But I just find it a bit like clashing is about like I want you to say each other's names.
Yeah,
and all that. They're indirected and
I
everyone's
think-
sort of
I think
speculating.
in England, they take it a little bit. I don't think it's for certain people, bro. Like,
So what for certain artists?
yeah, I mean, it depends how you're gonna move with it. I don't know, like, the fans take it really personal as well. So it's like you gotta know what you're doing with it, because remember what happened with the Movado cartel situation. You ended up having 2 sets of fans going at each other.
But they don't realise that will spill into the street.
Exactly. So that's my point.
Yeah.
So you see over here, it ain't the temperature for that.
Yes, no. Why is that?
People they're not as entertaining. You see, Clash is about entertainment.
Absolutely.
You know, Clash is about entertainment, and it's not as much entertaining when people are taking shit personal, or it gets personal.
But I feel like
Or the fan, or then you got the influence of the fans, because like we said over here, it's just not like that. The energy is different.
But like that generation were more thick-skinned. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Than like now, like
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not sensitive or not. I'm sensitive in different ways, but I'm definitely more thick-skinned in terms of like my mentality on things. I like to laugh at things. I like to laugh at things, have a joke about things, maybe not take it to heart as much.
Yeah, take shit
I
serious.
do with other things.
Yeah.
but your generation, in that sense, were just trained different.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So would you say that come from like maybe like your father and your upbringing?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like it's about being a real man as well, isn't it? You can't take things too, you can't let everything bother you. You know what I mean? How do you live your life like that? I couldn't live like that. You know what I mean? How can you live your life like that?
I've gone through periods where I have and haven't.
I suppose we've all gone through learning periods like that, because we do, but that's like what I was saying earlier to you, like about positivity. You know, like you can't live negative is not the way forward for anybody.
No,
you understand
definitely.
what I'm saying? So that boils down to, just like what I say, like if someone ain't in a great place to do certain things, maybe it shouldn't be done.
Yeah, maybe they shouldn't be in that environment,
right.
Possibly.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because what we were saying earlier about Hackney,
yeah,
you know, like it's such a, it is a crazy area, and but the divides in how rich some people are and how poor some people are, it's like so close.
Very, very.
You know?
It always kind of has been like that, but yeah.
Where Hackney?
Yeah, it's got more like that in recent years.
Yeah, but I mean like the gap's got.
Yeah, well now you've got a whole segment of people who just not really, they've moved into Hackney. Really growing up there.
Absolutely.
So that's a whole different, I think that's where the whole rich people have come in, or genetic. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I just think, again, like the energy you bring, I just think it's going wild out there, man.
Respect.
So, you know, I just want to give you another clap again, man.
Thank you.
Everybody. Yang! Yang!
You know, I just feel like the main thing with me, my brother, is to keep it natural as possible. Like, I can't do the fake shit. I can only be me.
Of course.
I can't be anyone but me. And that's all I can be. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful that people gravitate to the energy.
No,
you know what I mean? I really appreciate it, like, especially my Jamaican fan base, because that's where my career started.
Okay.
So, like, for me to be relevant over there in any form of way in dancehall is it means a lot to me, because my career started over there.
Definitely, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then to me, like, because Jamaica's a magical place. And, you know, like, you make a buzz in Jamaica as an artist. No matter what genre you do. But you make a buzz in Jamaica, you make a buzz around the world.
Oh, definitely.
You know?
Eyes are on Jamaica, man.
Yeah, and
so heavily.
And it's crazy because it's such a small country.
But do you know what I always say about
And so
Jamaican culture, heritage, the vocal performances on some of the artists, for me, it will never, it's timeless music. I was trying to find the words there. Yeah. You know, I listen to someone like Jacure, Movado, these types of people. I know they're probably very generic for you. Bounty Killer, like for me, one of my favorites is Bounty Killer. Like the voice, like from young. Yeah. Just to be able to hear, you know, again, Vibes Cartel, Sizzler, Capleton.
Amazing artists.
It's just that was who I was introduced to young. Yeah. You know, I'm trying to think of others. But, I mean, there's many others. Yeah. Beanie Man, I can't believe I never said Beanie Man.
Can't leave out Beanie.
He just went on ZZ Mills.
Yeah, he's over here. Yeah.
And again, just watching Beanie Man and Bounty go at it in that versus was...
That's legendary.
I grew up watching unbelievable. Did you love that?
I love that. I grew up watching that. I'm a fan of both of them. I've got a chance to work with them over the years on stage, and like they're like, even Beanie, for instance, like Beanie's one of the greatest stage show performers ever.
Their presence, man, is mental.
Like, when I used to go stage and watch Speaker, Beanie would be like the main act at the stage shows I'd be at in Jamaica. You know what I mean? And when Beanie come on and perform, but you see why he's the main act, like the way that guy, like, he'll just control the stage and his performance. He'll light up the whole venue, even if the venue was like really dead. Beanie will come on and make the night. Like that, and that's the kind of energy that makes it in dancehall to me. That's what's important when an artist does that. That's what I mean about being a fan of an artist where I lost off of Jules Santana a lot yesterday. I like his record, but when I'm seeing you perform like that, but when I'm seeing Beanie, I love his records, and when I see him on stage performing his record even better than the record.
Yes.
Fuck, as good as it. He's going up there singing it better than the record. I'm sold. I'm a fan.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Any artist that does that, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan.
That's real facts.
That's real facts, man.
And it's nice to hear you like get passionate and like speak about, you know, really like where the essence of where your music and your energy. Because again, I was saying the energy you've brought today, like, has made, because I recently have just been in a not the best place. I got all my tools nicked from the van.
Oh shit!
Outside there.
Oh fuck!
They took it all.
Cunt.
I left. I didn't bring him in. I usually bring him in. I didn't bring him in one evening. Fuck. All gone. And I just, the last few days, I've just been just like mentally just down. So it's been good to have you around.
Respect.
Meet ya.
You're welcome.
So let's
Thank
give Tuggy.
Your energy's been great.
Let's give Tuggy another big clap. And before we stop, is there anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, man. Well, it's a pleasure to be here. Big up the Dominic Kellman podcast. He's done no TUGGAWAR in the building.
Big up.
Follow me on the Instagram at TUGGAWAR. Check out the latest music video coming out very soon. My latest album, Contemplating War, is out now, available everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, check it out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my podcast as well, the TUGGAWAR podcast. We got Frostbite Films, Let's Like This, Tug Movements in the building. Yes, people. Look on the swagger now.